Oh, Mario's Moodle Moments, number 7. It's only on the brink that people find the will to change. Only at the precipice do we evolve. John Cleese. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Moodle Moments 7 comes at the return to classes after the midterm break. After we've got 5 or so quizzes and worksheets under our belt, and we're getting the results, or you will have had the results for quiz test 1. So it's decision time. So some of you have done very well. Just need to keep on going, do more of the same, and you'll get over the line, well, relatively painlessly, I suppose, or with ease. Some of you, however, there's a huge job ahead. We've identified quite a few gaps in your knowledge, and clearly what you're doing, or what you've done to date, is not going to cut it. Things have got to change, so we've got to do something a bit differently. And so we're sort of drawing a bit of a line in the sand at this point in time and saying, well, you've got to make a decision. Do you want to, if you really want to pass the subject, you're going to have to dig in and, work hard, burn some midnight oil. Because otherwise, if you're that little man in the boat there, you're going to be going backwards, not forwards. So you need to row harder, put more time and effort in if you're going to get some success in this topic. But let's move ahead to the big screen where we've got all this in a PowerPoint. So here's the big screen. And there's the formidable maths team of Ken, Joseph and myself, just ready and waiting to listen and to help you with your problems so that we can get you over the line. So first up, let's go to the learning thing here, and we'll just have a look at the PowerPoint for today's Moodle moment, which I've put in here under differentiation, but we could well be just tidying up from some of the trigonometry that we've been doing. So I'll just put me over there for a little while, and we'll get this PowerPoint up and running. So you just click on that like that, and in this case it downloads to there. And the PowerPoint comes up, and we don't need to that, just a slideshow from the beginning, and we've just got to drop it there, and there we go. And I'll just move myself back over to here. So we've got a nice little quote on there from John Cleese, Mr. Faulty Towers, Mr. Basil Faulty. But yes. It's only on the brink that people find the will to change. Only at the precipice do we evolve. And, we're of the belief that we're at the precipice now. This is sort of where we're at. The results we've got tell us whether our boat is moving forward or whether our boat is staying still or whether our boat is slipping backwards. And what we've got to do is get everyone moving forward, away from the precipice, or at least staying steadily just slightly above it there, over the pass line. So that's what we're talking about today. Some big decisions have to be made by some people. So let's just first of all, our learning outcomes. So I'll just move, I won't just move my big head Perhaps I could just drop me down there just so that you know I'm there. So what we're going to do, or the outcomes of today, you should have reviewed the test 1 performance and results, obviously, and reflected on what you did and what you're going to do moving forward, what to do from here into the exams. You should have heard about some new Moodle site updates, not a lot of updates, but there are some things there that I want to draw your attention to. Located the weekly worksheet number 6, which we handed out before the break, and we'll be working on that ready for weekly quiz 6, which will be tomorrow. This lecture or Moodle Moment is on the Monday and the quiz is on the Tuesday. And you should have located weekly worksheet 7, which will be made available in hard copy for you at the lecture, but if not, you can download it and print it out yourself from Moodle without too much difficulty, one would hope. And determined what to do before next week, so that would be worksheet 7, and get ready for that. And asked any questions about any problems you had, or told your tutors about any major decisions that you're considering or that you may have already made. So we have the results from test 1, and that they cover the full range. So what I've done is I've divided the range into 5 broad groups, just to sort of clearly indicate where we think various people are. Now, if you've got between 0 and 19, there's a huge job ahead, a really big job. Now, if you're up to it, you need to roll your sleeves up and get stuck in, and you'll be doing quite a bit of maths. But you may be finding, or you may be, thinking about, well, perhaps what effect is this going to have on your other subjects? Perhaps you may have taken on a bit too much, and this is sort of manifesting itself with obviously not being able to get enough work into the maths to get a reasonable result. So there's a big decision to be made there as to what you do. Do you move forward, or perhaps you might decide that, as they say, discretion is the better part of valour, and that rather than waste some of your time trying to achieve the impossible, that you use that time to good effect, perhaps in one of your other subjects. Now, I'm not saying that this is what you have to do, but I'm suggesting that this is something that you may wish to consider, as particularly if you're in this range here. Now, if you're in the range 20 to 39, still a big job ahead, but not impossible. And it is only one test that we've got, but it is the basics. So you would expect that you're going to have to do something quite different to what you've done to date, because clearly what you've done to date is not working well. Well, yes, it's not barely working at all, but so you need to kick on from here, and perhaps be aiming to get over the 50%. Definitely 60% in your internal mark is going to give you a comfortable cruise over the line in the exam. If you have trouble with tests and exams, that's going to give you the best possible opportunity. Now, if you're in the 40 to 59 bracket, just a little bit more work, a little bit of hard work will definitely pay big dividends and be well worth your while. And now would be a good time to start, really knuckle down. Now, just some little things. If you do an hour's work a day, an hour's maths a day, that's 7 hours. If you do an hour and 10 minutes, around about an hour and 10 minutes a day. That's 8 hours a week of good study. That's a whole day of studying maths on top of what you do. Now that's just 1 hour, 1 extra hour a day. But it has to be effective. So you might want to get some help with that. Now, if you're in the 60 to 79, well, it looks like you're probably, you're doing all right. What you're doing is getting you over the line, but you just need to keep it strong and steady and just try and push it ahead a little bit. And remember that getting over 60 or 30 out of 50 in your internal mark gives you that real cruisy ride. You just have to get that 40% in the exam and you're over the 50. Not that 50's, you're all capable of achieving way better than that, but that's what we're looking for. And that's going to save you coming back next year, save your money that you've put into it. You won't have to pay twice. So probably worthwhile there. Now, if you're in the 80 to 100 group, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Maintain it. Don't button off and think, oh, well, I'm there. You just need to maintain that through, because the work does we've covered the basics pretty much, and now we're getting into new territory. So you really need to be keeping up with it and making sure that you've got it all covered. So there's some big decisions to be made in there. Now, what I would suggest is that you talk to your tutors. Talk to your tutors. Tell us what is happening. Tell us what you're thinking, what you think is going, what you're going to do. Discuss it with us. We can help, and we want to help. It's in our interest to get you over the line and passing, to get you into some good study habits that will, stand you in good stead going forward. So talk to us about it. I mean, we know we've got experience with these things. We've, over the years, we've come up with things. You never know. We might surprise you with some of our skills that we have in this area. So don't just sit there in the corner and, brood about it, or woe is me. Get out there, talk about it, talk about other people. You talk to and your peers, set up little study groups and things like that. So now's the time to make the big decisions moving forward, because if you just do nothing, nothing will happen. So let's just move on from here, and just remember, it's only on the brink that people find the will to change. And we are, I would have to say, at the moment, we're on the brink. Only at the precipice do we evolve. And this is, what does not kill us makes us stronger. So this is the time to get stuck in, and see if you can, get yourself over the line and make yourself proud. There's a certain satisfaction in that, passing something that was tough. If everyone could do it, they were giving it away, you wouldn't want it. So that's good. Alrighty. So, and let's go and have a look at a modular, object-orientated, dynamic learning environment. Yes, you guessed it. Moodle. So we'll just escape out of here and out of here. And here we are in the class there. There's our videos there. This may well be going into next week here, but we've missed a few Moodle moments and things. So, we'll see how that goes. So that's all going to work out as it does. Remember that the worksheets are here under the assessment, and it would pay to have a look at the assessment. So just looking at the assessment here, you can see that you've got your 10 online assignments, My Math Global. And we've done 5 quizzes, and we've got number 6 tomorrow, and 6 written worksheets, number 6 due in tomorrow, so 4 more of those. So we've got a fair way along the track with these, we've mark wise, and then we've got test 1 7.5%, written assignment due 21st of May. It'll be May tomorrow, the day after the lecture, on the 1st of May. So only 21 days through to that assignment, 14 days through to the next test. That's worth 7.5%. So that 60% of the internal mark, it's ticking away. And then there's 10% one right at the end, which will serve as a mock exam. And Ken has got some, we'll talk to you about when we do this test here so that we can grab a little bit of time. So there might be a different timing for this test on the 14th of May. So just be aware of that. So we've got a lot of assessment that's all come in. How do we keep track of it all? Well, I've got up here just the thing for you. In Stu Ideal's workshop, of course, we've got the grade prediction tool. And get in there and get your marks plugged into that, and see that you're using it. Oh, here it is here. And get your marks into it, get it downloaded and feed it up there and keep track of it. So you've got test 1 in there, 5 quizzes in there that could go, 5 marks for 5 quizzes and worksheets in there, and your My Math Global and what have you all in there. So that's right, and the assignment coming up, so you can get a fairly good idea of where you're sitting. And remember, that internal mark, you really need to get it 30 out of 50, and then Bob's your uncle. All you have to do is get 40% in the exam, and that's good. That's good stuff. So that's there for you to use. We'll just drop that down there and see if I can get back into Moodle. Now I think that's probably all I need to show you in Moodle. The worksheets, of course, if you wanted to get down and get those ahead of time. The worksheets 5 here. I'll have the model answers up for worksheet 6 in due course, and of course the weekly worksheet. That was the quiz. The weekly worksheets are here. So worksheets 6 and 7 are there. 8, 9 and 10 if you're keen. You want to get ahead and get into some of that sort of stuff. So that's how it all is. So all good. Let's see if we can nail this mathematics and get ourselves over the line and get a mark and move ahead into the exciting bits of civil engineering, mechanical engineering and electrical engineering that we came here to do, that maths is a prerequisite for, and it makes it, if we've got the math skills, it makes everything else just that little bit easier. But once we've got that maths nailed, we can sort of get stuck into that good stuff that we're here to do. So, decision time. Up to you. All good. Cheers. See you.